What's up, guys? It is Tuesday. That means another Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. My name's Seth.
I'm Cody.
And I'm Chevy.
And Tasty Tuesday, if you've never been here before, is a show where we talk about news and gaming of the last week. As you've noticed, Josh is not here. He's away on business. And we have a lot of stories to get into. So let's fucking get into that. For our first story, ZombiU, the game that was on the Wii U, has been released on all consoles as a game called just Zombi. Obviously, they took out the U part. I actually own it on Wii U, and I've played it a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. What do you guys think about ZombiU coming out for all consoles?
I didn't get a chance to play it, so I mean I don't know how it played before. I do know. I think I heard that they had to move. Obviously, all the screen features are now you have to hit the start button. But
I was wondering how
the game doesn't pause. I don't think so,
which is rough.
Kind of hinders you now. So
yeah,
but otherwise, like I said, I don't really know a lot about it.
Do you think it's a good thing?
Of course.
That they got it? Okay.
More platforms is better. I
Definitely.
mean, for the developer especially, you're trying to
Definitely.
make money. So
I just thought that's the only thing I knew about it was the whole that drew me to it. It was like kind of like one of the more mature games on.
Which was
Wii
smart
U.
when the Wii U came out because they actually were showing people, hey, we have mature games too. It was like the last one they made. But like aside from Bayonetta 2, which I still haven't played. But the thing that I thought was cool about ZombiU is it was really kind of trying to capture the whole DayZ, if you die, you're dead feeling. Which I thought was really smart. I also like that once you die with that character, you respawn as another character in a different location, and they have to find that character and find your gear that you were using for. It was a really neat game. I think it didn't work so well on the Wii Pad because the Wii Pad is a really cool peripheral, but not for FPSs because the analogs are too fucking split apart and it feels kind of wonky. But I'm actually excited to try it again. I played it a little bit on the Wii U. I own it. I got it used for like $10. So I was like, why not? But it was kind of cool. But I think it would definitely benefit with a better controller, for sure. The screen had a lot of cool things to it, but I don't think that was too important to keep it on the Wii U. Because it was kind of cool when you got into a mounted gun. The screen on your TV would stay the same, but on here you could actually see your reticle, and as you're holding down the right trigger to shoot, you're aiming. It's kind of neat. It's kind of cool. But I don't think that's super important.
That was essentially just like a backpack.
It was too.
It was just like inventory.
When you open your inventory, your guy on the screen would get down and start looking at his backpack, and then on your screen it would show inside your backpack, which is kind of neat.
I'm surprised more people don't take advantage of that. Anyways,
There's so many things they're going to take advantage of with the Wii U. I mean, Nintendo essentially wrote off. They're already looking to make another console, so a fitness-based console. So whatever the fuck that means. Yeah. But yeah, it seems like you guys don't know a whole lot about it, but we can all agree that it's good that it's coming out for other consoles to give other people a chance to try a game that otherwise, unless you own a Wii U, you would never play.
No, absolutely. And I think that is a bit of a problem anyways, just because I don't know too many people who have Wii U's. I mean, I know the three of us do, but
Yeah.
You have a Wii U?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think most people usually just stick to the bigger consoles or
The PS4.
PC. Yeah.
Because the PS4 is the best.
Any more games? I have
Do
Mario
you?
Mario
Yeah.
Kart. I have Smash Brothers. And
That's pretty much what I have.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter.
I have Hyrule
Well,
Monster Hunter
Monster
3
Hunter,
is fucking dope. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
adult games like more.
But I haven't seen a review or
X-rated
anything. But
fucking porn shit. Just use that screen for whatever the hell you can think of. All right, yeah, cool. Hopefully one of us gets to try it, and hopefully it translates well. Hopefully they up the graphics too. It looked good for the Wii U, but
probably
I'm
want to
sure.
try support.
Yeah, we'll see.
So for our next story, Final Fantasy VII just came out on iOS. It's $15.99.
Wow.
And
I didn't realize it was that much.
Has extra features. I bought it myself. I've been having a lot of fun with it, actually. What do you guys think?
Well, what are the extra features? I didn't know that.
So they're kind of weird. So you have one of them where you can literally just turn off encounters.
Really?
So yeah, so you can just wander around and
Well, that's
not
interesting.
have to worry about getting into
Weird.
combat. Yeah, it is. It is weird.
It's like that's like a big part of the game.
Yeah.
It is.
definitely.
The other one is you can actually, which is really weird. I'm actually surprised they didn't use this as like a microtransaction. But you can literally go in the options and say, max my characters out.
Really?
Just puts them on to level 99, full stats.
Wow.
Really weird feature, but I kind of understand if you're just trying to play through for the storyline.
Well, a lot of people have played the game already.
Yeah.
So it
Well,
kind
I'm
of
on
makes
my
sense.
fifth playthrough.
And I do agree. I'm surprised they didn't put that as a microtransaction. I think people probably would have bitched.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I think people are going to bitch about
It's
that
strange.
anyway.
It's just strange in this day and age where people make games with the intention of selling you more shit once you get it. They didn't do that.
Yeah, especially a Japanese company. That's really
They're already
surprising.
selling it for $15.99.
Yeah,
Like,
they're already
I mean,
spending
because
that
even on
money.
I remember it's funny because I remember when PlayStation, I think PlayStation 3 had already been out for a while, but I had originally gotten a PlayStation 3 so I can go back and play Final Fantasy VII because I mean obviously there's other platforms I could have done that on, but I'm like, oh, you can go to the PlayStation Store and buy Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, that's my childhood right there, so I wouldn't have bought it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
still, I'm like, I paid whatever. I mean, I think it was like $20 or something like that. But I'm like, I'm paying $20 for a game that I played back in the day. Even though if you bought like a mint condition, like 2 discs, like actual PlayStation 1 Final Fantasy thing, it's going for I don't even know how much, like a bunch.
Wow, this is Final
I mean, a
Fantasy
lot. I mean,
When
that's
they
like,
when they
that's-
first came out, and then the greatest hits version happened and they re-released. But the game like is legit. Like it's weird playing that on a handheld now because I remember just sitting in front of a TV.
Yeah, for sure.
For 80 hours playing this game, and now it's in my pocket. Like it's really neat.
That's the other thing too. Is my PS Vita did the same thing. It was
Yeah.
cross. I actually had it from the PlayStation 3, and it was cross-platform, so I could play it on there.
This just shows me the portable is almost dead.
Oh yeah.
Because like you can get
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it
I own a
does.
PS
It
Vita.
does.
Yeah.
But it sucks because the Vita is a really cool piece of kit.
Love it.
It's got a lot of cool technology to it. Here's my question though, that I think is more important. Do you think that's good that Final Fantasy VII is on mobile, that everyone can just play it in their pocket?
I bought it day one, so yes.
Yeah. I mean, I had no idea it even came out, and when you told me, I was like, holy fuck! Like, is it out for Android? Because like, I wanted to pick it up as well,
Yeah.
like instantly. Like, I didn't have to think about it.
They actually have the whole catalog too. It's literally 1 through 7 on there.
Really.
I feel like
Yeah.
8 is not really far behind either because 8.
I hope
wasn't
they
a
release
huge
8,
chunk
9, 10.
Yeah. 10.
We'll see about 10.
Like
I think they could do 10.
Yeah.
5 years.
I've seen
or
way
something
better
like
graphics
that,
on the
Well,
fucking.
by the time they get to it, the phones will be better anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Every year they get better. So
Yeah, but they have the new version of Final Fantasy Tactics on there as well. I mean, I think there's even Chrono Trigger. I mean, like
how
Yeah.
far are you in Final Fantasy VII on your phone?
I just barely started, so I just got done with the first reactor in the beginning.
Everything played well, looked the same.
It's the same. Yeah, I mean,
Plays well.
it's complete
So
nostalgia
like
rush.
with the
Yeah.
turn-based thing, where it's literally it was like obviously just tap,
Active time.
which is kind of weird. Yeah.
There's no tap in this. There's a virtual controller on the screen.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's really interesting that you can be almost in 1999. That you can be the max level, and you can also turn off encounter. So you can literally just play the storyline.
The storyline, yeah.
Which is kind of cool because
It is.
I actually think so, because like if you've already played the game like a fucking 1,000 times already, like a lot of people have, you might just want to enjoy the storyline again on your phone.
Well, it kind of makes sense for a mobile game, anyways, because
Yeah.
most people, and I'm assuming, are not sitting there like using that as their primary gaming unit. At least
Yeah.
not in this country. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's big over in Japan. That's why a lot of companies, Konami, is
South Africans.
stopping AAA development for consoles because they make more money off this
Yeah.
now. So
Oh, fuck you, Konami. But yeah, I mean overall, we all kind of agree that's cool.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely. Yeah. How much is it?
$15.99.
$15.99, so $16. I think it's worth it. I think it's cool.
it's-
Square does charge a little bit more
They
for their
do.
stuff on mobile for sure,
They're
but
selling nostalgia.
Nobody
so
really bitches about it though.
but yeah, I would buy it. So
Yeah.
I mean that's where it's at. So really cool. Really excited for that. Hopefully we see more Final Fantasies come out for the mobile or phones. Speaking of Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO that was actually reborn from the original 14 because it was such a failure, has actually hit 5 million subscribers, which is fucking unheard of, I would say, in MMOs that aren't WoW.
to clarify, it's not active subscribers. It's just registered accounts.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, that's what WoW bases theirs off too.
yeah, well, and I
So-
think they're down to 5.6,
Which is
right
crazy.
now. Yeah.
And we could talk about for days the fucking legacy that WoW left, and they're 12 million at peak, right? 12 million, or was that 13 million?
I think it was 12.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
it was almost 13. Whatever, but they're dying because there's so many MMOs out there now. It'd be hard to hold that place at this point. But yeah, 14 hit 5 million. What do you guys think of that? That's a big fucking number. To put it in to make it more clear, Guild Wars is at 2, which was ranked the second biggest MMO until recently, and under that, you're lucky if you hit 1 million with most MMOs.
Yeah.
So
Usually,
5 million is a big
I think
number.
500,000 is considered successful for
Yep.
AAA MMO. So
Yeah, you go below 500,000, they start thinking about
you
other
get
ways.
KOTOR.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's pretty awesome. I'm not a huge MMO guy, but I
Mhm.
mean, like, I can certainly see the
That's a lot of people.
significance
Yeah.
of that. Like, it's huge.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the reason I think it's
Did you play 14 at all ever?
no.
No. Okay.
I mean, the biggest MMO I played
gorgeous,
was
I'll tell you
Guild
that much.
Wars. That's because you guys got me into
Yeah.
it. I loved it, but it was just like one of those games. Like,
it's a little more actiony too,
Yeah.
so it's easier
Yeah.
to get into.
yeah.
There's a lot of fucking people in that game too.
Yeah.
That's-
There are.
So it's hard for me to just be like, wow, like, 5 million is
Mm.
It's a lot of people who have bought and registered an account for a game.
Yeah.
The thing I find really impressive about it, though, is the game started off, like he said, version 1.
It was awful.
I beta tested it.
Hated it.
Yeah.
And coming from Final Fantasy XI, I was just like,
Which was also an MMO.
this is really, like, gorgeous, but, like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
And,
No, the
and I
original
never
looked
took
great.
interest. And
Yeah.
obviously, a lot of people didn't. It failed. They hired on a new guy to take charge of it, Yoshi P. So for a company, which is unheard of, I believe, for an MMO to completely fail, and then
Oh, yeah.
to
I
dump,
can't think of any.
which would have
The
bankrupt
ashes.
Square, I might add, to
Jeez.
dump all that money to rebuild this game
It's a good investment for sure.
for to save essentially the company.
The company,
So-
yeah, they didn't have a whole lot of room to keep failing.
No.
The only other game I could think of that benefited so much off of free to play was Lord of the Rings Online,
Yep.
Yeah.
because it did good at first, but
I
started
know
dropping quickly, and then after they went free to play, they saw numbers they never saw before.
And they did that, and then they quickly switched DDO as well over
Yeah,
Dungeons
yeah.
and Dragons,
which
Online.
also did better. A lot of games, if
Free
you
to
do it
play.
right, if you're not like fucking That's the Old Republic, you do better.
You give someone their free sample of heroin, and then they
Let
come
them
back
enjoy
to
it,
buy
and then
more.
all of a sudden, yeah, they want to give you their money. That's how you do free to play. And you don't force people to do shit because then they feel like they're in the corner. They're like, I don't want to pay for that. Why the fuck should I play this?
Yeah.
Especially when there's other games out there that do it for free.
Same thing with that, just that little, because I don't even know what's the actual, like, what you pay per month for Final Fantasy.
It varies depending on characters, but I mean,
They have an interesting
it's
system.
safe to say $15 a month.
Pretty
So-
cool. I mean, at least, like, I don't know if that game, does that game have anything? Like, literally you just have to buy it and you pay.
Monthly subscription fee.
The
and-
thing
and
I will
like
back it on, as
clockwork.
somebody who thinks that paying for an MMO is a dead thing, I will give them that they do update the game a lot.
It's not even like a lot. It's on a schedule, and
Yeah.
even if the content's not ready, they just don't include it in that update. And it's every 4 months.
They're very active about it, which is
Boom,
great.
content update. Like the next one's coming out soon, and it's increasing the gold saucer.
Which doesn't, well, I would say,
So.
obviously it doesn't sound like, I mean, it hasn't been out for a super long amount of time.
2 years.
A year or two, yeah,
Wow.
for sure.
Well, I mean, just saying it doesn't have to do it. WoW's obviously been around a lot
A
longer.
while, yeah.
Long ass time
Over
since
10
I was
years.
in high school, which is kind of a long time from now. But they don't have to do the whole thing, like the free level or free to 20 thing, and then you pay. It's like
No.
kind of cool. But
Yeah. And I will
Obviously
say,
doing well.
one of the biggest contributors I would say that the Final Fantasy XIV has that's built up its subscriber base is I think that at a cost to its originality, in my opinion, they have given people what they want, which is really cool. That's literally, it makes sense.
It's business.
But they use a lot of things from other Final Fantasies to kind of pander to the Final
Fan
Fantasy
service.
audience, which is really smart because
It
you
is.
have this huge fan base who all love Final Fantasy, and then you offer them things from other Final Fantasies in 14, a game they're already paying for, and now they can dress like Cloud, they can dress like Lightning, that's her name?
it's very cool.
That was limited time
And
that base.
which is really neat. And for a Final Fantasy fan, which is a lot of people, that makes sense. It's awesome. For me, I think it's really cool, but at the same time, I do think it takes the originality away from the game.
Yeah.
But I think people don't really care about that because the game is for Final Fantasy fans and people who like solid MMOs.
When a lot of MMO players, at a certain point in playing an MMO,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people who do care about the story. I'm not saying they don't, and it does have its own original story to that game. But the extra stuff is literally just that. It's the extra.
Yeah,
they're
it's
trying to have
not-
fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's where all the fan services is and all the extras, because it does have its own story. But anyways,
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting
I think
for what I played.
you know, it's nice to see them be successful with it.
No, it's great, and I'm glad to see somebody showing that WoW isn't the end all be all. As much as people would love to believe, it did at one point. It did have that spot, but there are games that are of equal value that are, in my opinion, doing some things better than WoW did. Not to say WoW did not do almost everything well. There's a reason why.
Yeah.
But they came out at a time where subscription-based MMOs was still fine, and they just built that base up, and that's why they're slowly just kind of losing people, is because they're coming from a time that's bygone.
Well, and it's a decade-old game.
Yeah, exactly, which is bound to happen. I mean, look at EverQuest, even though people are still playing that, as I think people will still play WoW.
Well, people still play Final Fantasy XI. So.
Do I think, though, that, and me and you have discussed this, do I think another game will ever hit like 12 million? I think it's unlikely, just because the landscape of MMOs is so vast now.
Too many of them.
So many free-to-play ones, less investment, that offer about the same experience as most MMOs. I feel like everybody's just too spread out playing the MMO that best suits their style.
It's hard to pick one these days. So
I don't think you're going to see one that just kind of sucks them up. Because when WoW came out and did what it did, other MMOs weren't doing it as well. No. So I think it was easy to access for people who had never played MMOs. It had the end game stuff that people who had been playing MMOs wanted, had a lot of content. It just really hit. It was super fucking smart. But at the same time now, it does not surprise me to see a solid MMO like 14. As much as not my favorite MMO, definitely one of my top fucking 5. It's very solid. Yeah. It makes sense to see them creep up to 5 million. Last time I heard they were at 2 million, so that's fucking crazy to see.
No, it happened pretty quickly after 2.
Just jump. But I know a lot of people who have jumped ship too. I've talked to people. There's other MMOs that have come out that I've not heard anyone talk about, and I've literally met people who are like, "Yeah, I started playing Final Fantasy 14." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. Like that makes sense." So, but yeah, do you guys think that Final Fantasy 14? If you've played it, if you haven't, are you interested in playing it? But if you have played it, are you surprised to see that the subscriptions are just going up, rivaling WoW at this point? Let us know in the comments below.
In our next bit of news, Arkham Knight is getting patches done, which is pretty big deal to me because when it was first released on PC, there was a lot of issues with the compatibility of most video cards, or a lot of video cards. The game didn't work very well. Me personally, I had a lot of issues with it that actually I haven't even gotten a quarter of the way through the game because it's so bad. What do you guys think about that?
Well, it's actually interesting because, the problems were obviously based off of different components in computers, because my computer, even with its prior video card, was able to play the game. Not the best graphics, but it played just fine. And with my new video card, it ran great. Whereas you also, your stuff in your computer is not bad, but it just didn't run on there based off compatibility. So, the patches coming out, are they coming out a little late? I think so, but at least they are coming out. I think a lot of people bitched about it, which we've talked about before.
The game's been out for a while.
It's been out for a while. It's been out for a little bit.
Should go into saying is it was so bad that they stopped PC sales.
Yeah, exactly.
They literally just like,
I only got mine because of the promotion. I got my video.
I got it for cheap. I got it off Green Man, and just because it was a little bit cheaper, I'm like, what the hell? I'll get it, and then. Immediately after that, I thought maybe I'll just get a refund, and it was the whole thing. It was like, we're not going to give you a refund unless if it doesn't work when the patches come out, which is fine.
Yeah.
But,
no, I heard that. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like that's going like, you're going to enjoy the game. We just got to get it fixed, whatever. But it does kind of suck that they didn't allow that. But patches are finally coming out, which is great. I'm glad. Testing. I'm hoping that they will work, because I feel like it's a very, very solid, stellar game. I would argue probably the best in the series, in my opinion. I haven't beaten 2. I barely even played 2. But 1 was great. 3 is fantastic from what I've played so far. I've really enjoyed it. And I think a lot of people would. You actually were saying that you almost bought it for PS4, which really gave them even more money.
Yeah.
But that's how much you wanted to play it.
Absolutely. Well, because it was like one of the first, because I have Arkham Asylum and Arkham City on PC, but I bought those after.
Yeah.
Actually, only because I really wanted. Well, even though Arkham Asylum was Windows, was the Windows player. Windows Live.
Yeah.
Before, but I mean, it went to Steam, and it was because I wanted those Steam achievements. I really wanted that. But I have both those games on. I had Arkham Asylum on Xbox, and then the newest one on PlayStation 3. But I took a gamble because I was like, I have a PC that can run this stuff, so I'll take it. So it's. I mean, it's we talked about it before. It's just like, it worked on your PC, so it's like it shouldn't be like, well, because it didn't work on mine. I
it's not
should be pissed off
spec-wise,
about it. But still, it was just like I was so stoked to play that game that I bought it. You know?
So you are excited for the new patches then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll actually fucking play the game. Yeah.
I mean, because I have no doubt that I won't like the game.
You'll love
it's
it.
Just like,
You'll
yeah,
love
I'm
it.
just like I loved all the other games, and it's just like this is more of the last two, and it's just so much better. And Rocksteady, yeah, I mean, I'd throw my money at them. Like I've bought their
Dude,
games
they
multiple
are
times,
such a fucking good company.
Well, I'm sure they're not happy either about it because I mean they didn't even as far as I know didn't even work on that version of it. It was another team.
Supporting,
that did the PC part, and so now
which seems to be a common
name's
issue with a
on
lot
it.
of companies. Big companies make great games, but then they outsource certain parts to other companies, and that's where one of the problems. The biggest thing that comes up to my mind is Deus Ex. Everybody loved that game, and it's great, but the boss battles were shitty. Well, they later told people, we didn't work on the boss battles. We had a separate company work on them. Well, it actually shows quite a bit.
Well, and then you're seeing
It's a
that
bad
with this.
reflection of the company, essentially a little
Well,
bit. But
right, because the company that's essentially being hired to assist the larger company, they're not being advertised as the people who did the game.
Exactly.
It's the
And
big name.
And it drags
so-
the big company's name under, just like Rocksteady
And they don't want
looks bad, and they definitely don't want that. So,
which I would feel like mostly those games are super. It's like a console-driven kind of game.
Yeah.
When you buy
So
those
I played
games,
both
it's
of them on
really,
PC.
really.
The first two. Yeah, I didn't play Origins.
But did you play it like when it came out, or did you play it after, like when they're like?
It was,
which
it
is
was
not really a big
afterwards.
deal, but
I
like when
I
people-
played
when
them
those games
after
come out.
people told me that they were good games. I didn't play them right off the bat. I'm not the largest Batman fan, but
yeah, I'm not a huge Batman
they're
fan
solid
either.
games though.
Very,
So,
very
yeah.
well made games, regardless of what the subject is. They're
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
super. Especially Rocksteady coming out and making the first Batman game. It showed, first off, you can take something from a comic book that's not even connected to the movie and just make a completely AAA experience, completely stellar in every fucking way. I remember when Batman first came out,
Fingers crossed with Mad Max with
it
the
was
same story, hopefully.
amazing fucking looking. The first
Oh, yeah.
Batman. I remember looking, I was like, holy shit, this
The
game
tree
looks
trunk.
amazing.
Batman, Chris Redfield.
Yeah.
Still, it's cool.
But even coming from, and I was talking to you about this a little bit, but like Urban Chaos, which is a game that a lot of people didn't play for the Xbox, the original Xbox. Rocksteady made that, and I loved that game. It didn't look the best, but the gameplay was so fucking fun. And then seeing them make, the first Batman game, I was like, holy fuck, not only did they make a fun game before, but they made a fun game with this. Totally inventive, too. I mean, they created, pretty much, that everyone fights you from a different direction at the same time, and you can fucking, like, it gives you the tools to be able to fight them. It's not just like, well, have fun while you're trying to fight that guy. These guys are going to attack you. You actually had ways to roll out of the way and deflect and shit.
Yeah. Well, what I was about to say there too is even like the repetition of fighting people over and over and over and over again in the game, because the combat is fun. It doesn't get old.
Yeah.
And then the new one, fucking, the environmental attacks and shit are dope.
Because I did not play the game. Like I played a little bit of it, and I was just like, ugh, which only just hurt me more because I was just like,
problems were based off the fear when you got the Batmobile though.
because the first, which was fine because I was like, I want to play this game so bad that I can deal with a little bit of texture issues, I can deal with a little bit of stuff, but as soon as literally when the story started, the game chugged into the cut screen, like the cut scenes, like while as it was telling the story, it just paused, and I was just like,
Yeah, it'd be frustrating.
and I was just like, literally, like, what do I do? Like, I literally just got so mad, I walked out of the room, and I came back, it was going again. I'm like, well, okay, that's fine. And then into the next cutscene, right after that one, it literally did the same thing. I was
Sounds like
just
everyone
like,
had like
oh man,
varying problems then,
Yeah.
because I remember watching Mugamu on.
Hey, guys, Mogamo here.
He played it and it was okay. but
Mogamo
then
played it? He
got-
wasn't playing Warframe?
Yeah. He got into the Batmobile and the game literally was just completely unplayable. Like
I heard a lot
slideshow.
about the
Yeah.
about the Batmobile parts. But yeah, patch is coming out. Very exciting. I'm glad that people will have a chance to play a game that they should have been able to play like a while ago, because it is just a completely fucking stellar game. Very well made, awesome. I found myself impressed constantly playing it.
Yeah.
I didn't think they'd be able to outdo themselves. They fucking did
it was
easily.
like my most anticipated game.
Yeah.
of, like,
And-
the beginning of the year.
And it's really fucking good.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, I'm excited for people to be able to play it.
Well,
Yeah. It'd give me a reason to buy it.
Time. Yeah, definitely.
So-
So for this segment, we're going to be talking about the game Pokken for the Wii U. Cody's never heard of it or seen anything on it, so we're going to watch a video of it, and we'll see what he thinks of it. And this is a Wii U?
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It does.
It's the guys who make Tekken working on it? Yes. Which is awesome. Because they make one of the most popular fighting games ever.
No, one of the best things Nintendo's done with the Wii U is actually license out their products.
Touch their
Hyrule
products.
Warriors is fun.
Yeah, people like it. I can barely play that. Okay, so yeah, that was the video. Let's just jump into that. What did you guys think? Obviously, you've seen it before. I've seen a little bit of it. You've never seen it. What do you think?
It looks really cool. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like I said, we were saying before, like I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but I
Yeah.
love Tekken. I love fighting games.
Yeah.
I do.
Definitely.
It's super addicting. Like I was a huge Street Fighter fan, but that is just like new ideas, very cool. Like it looks like anybody can just pick it up even if you're not a Pokemon fan. If you're a fighting game fan,
I think that's the sweet spot because everyone has Pokemon. And
I'm not saying I
they're
don't
gonna,
like it.
They're gonna
I
play
liked it
it.
at one point.
Yeah, they're gonna play it because Pokemon, but also like the fighting game fans are gonna want to play it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I like Tekken a lot. Tekken is fucking dope.
Tekken's a
You
very
like Tekken? Who do you like
balanced
fighting games?
series too.
Exactly. So it's in the right fucking hands. If they're gonna go, we're gonna make a fighting game with Pokemon. There's only few people I'd trust that with, and it's the Street Fighter team, the Tekken team, or the guys that make Soul Calibur, and that's Tekken. I mean, the same guys.
Yeah.
So really cool. I think Pokemon is such a colorful and creative world to be making a fighting game out of. Like the supers look cool.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun, and I think it's going to add some technicality to the fighting. It's not going to be like Smash Bros. Essentially, whereas the only place we fought with Pokemon before.
And it's like, I mean, there's only a select few in this. Obviously, they're not
Stadium.
putting like almost
Yeah, yeah.
800 Pokemon in a damn fighting game. But
How many are they putting in?
I said there's
Oh.
only a select few. Obviously, you're not
Oh,
putting
okay, I thought you said
800.
800. I was like, no way.
No.
Okay.
That
Even
would
if
be
they put in
insanity.
like 12 to 20, I think would be perfect.
Yeah.
or with DLC, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I
Since
guarantee it.
Nintendo's
I
finally
guarantee
embraced
it.
that.
But I think it's a good thing, and like you said earlier, it's really cool to see Nintendo finally embrace letting other people come in and do something for them,
Yeah.
because there are so many fucking talented third-party companies that are just waiting to make a fucking Nintendo product that
Who
people are
doesn't
gonna
want
buy.
their shot at a Pokemon game? Who doesn't want their shot at a
You could literally
fucking
offer
Zelda
Pokemon
game?
to so many people, and they'd be like, "Fuck yeah, I'll make a Pokemon."
It was something
game."
new. It's just like
Yeah.
something that's it's like fighting games.
But
It's
familiar.
like putting, it's
Yeah.
just like it's just like okay, we've seen, the next Pokemon's coming out, or the next like fighting game, or the next Tekken coming out. It's like
It's something to be excited about.
Put 'em together,
Because
man.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's new.
Yeah.
I'm stoked about it, and I'm stoked to have a new game. I think I will pick this up for sure. Do you think you'd buy it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You?
I know you'd buy it. I'd probably pick it up.
So,
more addicting games in my life.
Pokken Tournament
Tournament.
coming out in spring 2016. We're all stoked for it. What do you guys think? Are you excited for a Pokemon fighting game, or do you want to keep it the same? Or do you want a fucking 3D Pokemon like all of us have wanted for so long? Nintendo, fucking do it.
Okay, so Microsoft has come out and said that they are interested in putting more backwards compatibility into the Xbox One with the original Xbox titles. It's really neat to see them adding more features, especially ones that you haven't seen in other systems before. What do you guys think about it?
Well, I already thought that the going back to 360 was a huge thing. That's
Yeah.
fucking huge. Going back to the original Xbox is fucking huge. The people want backwards compatibility. People always bitch about it when it's not on consoles. Again, that pushes me further towards wanting Xbox One. I just want original content, and I feel like them doing the backwards compatibility thing is really cool. A lot of people are like, "Well, it's Microsoft. They fucking think of everything." They're doing it because they need to. They don't have the games.
They need to.
Yeah.
They need to do it, and not
Something.
taking away from it. It is fucking awesome that they're
awesome.
doing that.
Panzer
But
Dragoon Orta, man, I love that game. I'd love to play it
there's
again.
so many fun games I want to play on the original Xbox, and just have one console that does most of it. And I'm not gonna do all games, but that does most of it.
Yeah.
Being able to play, like Halo, they have the remastered thing that didn't work so well. Just having that option is awesome. And will I bash the feature? No, not at all. But I do see that they just don't have enough games. And I know they announced Crackdown 3 and a couple other games, but still, they got a long ways to catch up with the
They're
PS4.
so behind.
This
Yeah.
feature alone, if they nail the 360, but also nail the backwards compatibility of the Xbox,
Yep.
is a really big deal. Something that PlayStation does not even remotely offer, aside from some of the streaming stuff.
Or if you kept your PS3.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really cool, really cool. I just don't want to buy an Xbox One to be essentially an emulator.
Well, also, how... Because you remember when the Xbox 360 came out and it had backwards compatibility, but it was only a certain amount of games.
Yeah. And this is
Like,
the
there's
same
a
thing.
list. Yeah, which is fine, because it's like, all
I'm pretty
the...
sure they're doing emulation is why. So
Makes sense. But yeah, it's kind of weird, too. Yeah, it's just like, we can't have...
they have the right platform to do it on, though.
Sure.
Because it's Windows 10.
Yeah.
Or I think it is now.
Something.
I can't remember. But it's Windows. It's based off Windows.
Anti-pirate OS.
It's going to make it a lot easier for them to create and do those features because they have a much more open platform than with like previous consoles.
The consoles are more like PCs now.
Yeah, the previous consoles that you made an operating system dependent on the console because it was proprietary, and they've
Now it's not.
yeah, it's not. So it though cool to hear that they're doing that things, kind of not surprising. So
The thing I'm worried about, though, for Xbox at least, because I still don't have the console, you don't have one, you don't have one. So, I mean, that really speaks. None of us here own one. Josh does, but he regrets it.
so he said it's a Hulu machine.
At
so
the
he's called it.
point, PlayStation 4 does not need to do it. But at the point where they do it, it will take some of that steam. Because it's already a popular system, and if they were to release some kind of emulation for PS3, PS2, even PlayStation 1, which I don't think they need to do because of PSN. PlayStation Now, yeah.
Which you still pay for. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a subscription.
But if
It's
they
like
were to
an
harness that to the
on-tap
point where
of what you
it
pay for.
could compete with Xbox One's backwards compatibility, I think PlayStation's just one step behind on, kind
But
of...
it's more PlayStation 3 games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unlike
How cool would it be to play PlayStation and PlayStation 2 games on your PS4?
it would be really cool. And what I was going to bring up is I have my PS3 in my room, and a big reason I kept it is because I've purchased on PlayStation Network PlayStation 1 games on there, and you can also go on and you can buy PlayStation 2 games on there. So I have that because it does three things. My PlayStation 4 does also the PlayStation 3 library,
Yeah.
but it has to be streamed and I can't buy them. So that's one thing I'd love to see Sony change, which would definitely be a good response to this Microsoft thing, would be to be like, here's your PSN purchases from the last console, they're coming over, and here's the library, you can buy all this stuff.
And it's like time and time again, they've shown that people will buy those games again.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's
Definitely.
like, even when they came out, it's just like, well, you're going to have to buy the games. It's like, people bitched at first, but even
They'll
me, I
still
was like,
do it.
screw that. And I was just like, well,
I have-
that's my
you
childhood.
heard the
I'll buy
games.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like, fuck
to
it.
go back to a previous story,
They
I've
released Metal Gear
purchased
Solid, but...
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
I've bought it on the original PlayStation. I bought it on my PlayStation
Steam.
3. I bought it on Steam, and I have it on my phone now.
I think one of the most rebought games ever is Symphony of the Night.
Oh
I am
yeah,
so
yeah,
sick
yeah,
of
yeah.
Symphony of the Night because
Everything.
I played it on every console
Yeah.
ever. But it sells every time because it's such a beloved fucking
Oh, yeah.
series. Like I just said, like if they released Metal Gear Solid, the first one, on PlayStation 4, like, some kind of like, emulated version or something like that,
Yeah.
I would buy it. I own it on
I think they
disc.
did it on like
GameCube.
Well, yeah, but I think it was like
Well, the
PlayStation 4. Like
remastered.
if you bought it, you got like you bought it, you got like.
I actually have the
One.
PS3 collection that came with the
yeah, yeah.
PlayStation
Oh,
1 version
yeah, okay.
of Metal Gear Solid.
That's
You still
what it
could not
was.
play it on there, though. It
Ah.
was really weird, but you still got it. So
Yeah.
I actually own 2 copies of Metal Gear Solid. But I actually did, though, have the backwards compatible PS3 for a
Yes.
while when it
I
first came out.
remember.
Oh, yeah.
I got the last
Giant
series of them, but then
frickin'-
I was an idiot and sold it because I had to. But yeah, backwards compatibility on the Xbox One, I think that's a really cool thing. I do think it's them trying to figure out a way to sell consoles, but I won't take that away from it because I think
As
it's
much as
overall,
we're
it's a
going
good
forward,
thing.
we're going back.
Yeah.
It seems
Well,
like
and I was going to say, to be positive towards Microsoft and the Xbox One, I love that they keep adding features to the hardware, but I'm not interested in buying a box that does a bunch of stuff. I have a PC, I have a bunch of consoles already. I don't need an
It's not offering
additional
anything new.
unit that is just giving me the same stuff I have. Like, I need those games.
Yep.
I need them to
Just
buy
like
the
Nintendo,
system.
we need first
And I will.
party.
Give me the games.
Well,
I'll drop the money and buy the system.
the next new game that's coming out that they have going for them is Halo 5.
yeah, that's it. Aside
And
from
that's
Crackdown 3, and Crackdown 3 is not going to be...
Yeah,
as
it's going to be a
popular as-
console
yeah,
seller.
Exactly,
It's not
exactly.
Bloodborne, it's
exactly.
it's
That's what I've said before. Bloodborne was a console seller, for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, even Last of Us. It's funny because even Last
it's
of
a
Us
remastered, and it is a console seller. Yeah.
Like,
This was the first game I bought for PS4.
plus now you can get both. You can get Last of Us remastered. I think. Well, I don't think you can anymore. But there was. It was like 2 weeks ago. You can get Last of Us remastered Bloodborne, and whatever, like a huge hard drive on there for whatever. Like
and Uncharted's coming out
$300.
soon.
The collection, I'm totally buying that.
Oh, absolutely.
So excited for it. But backwards compatibility, definitely welcome. I think all
talk about
consoles
more
should follow
PlayStation.
suit. And that's what always happens on the show when we talk about Xbox. We start talking about PS4.
Xbox on PlayStation.
We sound like fanboys, but
They're
I mean,
doing
like,
it better.
Xbox, work harder. We'll be fans of you too.
I have your last system.
Just put out anything.
Give me a reason to buy a new one.
360 at the time was the best console in my opinion. But yeah, backwards compatibility. What do you guys think of that? Are you stoked about more backwards compatibility, even down to the original Xbox, which is awesome? Or do you think it's too late? Let us know in the comments below. So for our last bit of news, Destiny is apparently getting a update. That will apparently fix everything that was questionable about the original Destiny. All three of us have played Destiny. A lot of us have kind of fell off. You played longer than most of us. Yeah. Me and Chevy were huge proponents of Destiny, and I still defend it. But I feel like it's gotten a little stale. But fill us in. What's coming?
Well, basically, like everything, because I know like a lot of the loot stuff, a lot of like whenever you played, a lot of like Nightfalls and stuff like that. Whenever like at the end of it, most of the time you never got anything. And that's addressing that huge thing.
A huge thing. And a lot of people are bitching about that.
Raids, obviously.
What is it called though? Destiny Year 2?
Year 2.
Okay.
I don't know. It's Taken King. Is what they're calling.
That's when it's coming out. Okay. Taken King has, just for the record, has a lot of stuff in it that's actually making me interested in Destiny again.
Yeah.
Which is great because the last 2 expansions, I'm like, that's cool to add stuff, but it's not enough for me to want to come back and invest time in it. But Taken King, stuff I've watched on it, like this is the expansion I've actually been kind of waiting for. So I think I will actually potentially play it when it comes out. But
it doesn't seem like it's doing a lot to like pull people back in who have stopped playing it, but it's a lot of people who are still playing it and are like bitching about it and being like,
but that they're adding like the third subclasses and stuff like that. It's stuff I was waiting for.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
It's taken long enough.
What else are they fixing with Year 2 though?
They're not doing, which I think is still kind of smart. They're not doing the matchmaking for raids.
Yeah.
Because raids are obviously. Well, I feel like if you're going to do it with raids, it's like you better do it with people that you know.
I get the mentality, but at the same time, I don't think it's smart.
I've played so many MMOs that have 2 versions of the raid.
Okay.
You're looking for group version and hard mode essentially, and that would be the one you find your friends in.
See, going into Destiny, I was more because I remember you hyped me up more Destiny than anybody that I know. Like because you were all about it,
man.
Yeah,
but
that was
I came into it like a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you knew it as like an MMO, like this is going to happen, blah blah blah. And I
was right in between.
Multiplayer, Halo shit, let's do it.
Yeah, as soon as they said they were going to essentially have a Borderlands-esque experience with raiding, I was just like, I want to do this.
Yeah. And the raids are great.
They're awesome.
Really good.
I mean, obviously flaws were found in them, but like if you played them without using the exploits, they were really solid experiences.
The time that like your group and our group was like racing to beat the new raid or whatever the fuck.
Fun.
That was a blast. That was awesome.
Fun. I always got there late. I was like, I gotta be on Rob's team. But it was fun. You know what I mean? It wasn't bad, but at the same time,
I would argue that is the better team.
Yeah, it was. We did fun. It was fun.
I will say
we had to stop because Journal left, which just kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. Like
man.
that was a really exciting time playing that game.
And that was the first one, and after that, it was just like.
Well, I was gonna say I shotgunned to level 29 and a half. Like I was almost done, and then I was finally like,
shit. Rob got there in like a day.
Yeah, yeah. Rob picked up the game, and that night he was fucking done.
Sneezed out 30.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna
that's Rob in every game though.
But
we know you're gonna watch this, Rob. So
hi, Rob.
We love you.
You're the best at leveling in games.
But it's funny because there's a lot of big things I'm probably missing, but it's tiny things like now you don't have to go back to you can hold I think 30 bounties now. Before you can only have like 5.
Yeah, nothing.
So wasn't it like 4?
Yeah, it was like 4.
So now you can have like 30.
That's ridiculous.
And then I think it's up there, but and also you don't have to go back to essentially like the hub planet or whatever, the tower.
Oh, really?
To turn in shit, you can just do it anyway.
No, that's awesome because I hated loading in there, doing all this shit, loading out.
I know your ghost
social hub.
Your ghost is gonna do a lot more things, like tell you where certain like the spirit bloom and things like that are.
Nolan North.
Yeah. Is that who it is?
Yeah. Nolan North's taking over for
on a previous episode.
Yeah. Earlier episode, watch that. Nolan North is actually redoing
watch the show.
all the. Yeah, he hasn't watched the show. He hates the show. He's actually not only doing all the new stuff, but he's actually redoing all the old stuff.
Yeah,
They're
Dinklebutt's dead.
completely getting rid of Dinklebutt.
The Dinklinator.
The Dinklinator.
Which is fucking A.
I think it's good. Nolan
Just-
North will fucking kill it.
Nolan North, man. I mean, it does everything. I'm gonna clean up the Dinkle mess.
All the dinklage all over the ground. He's gonna fucking clean that up. And...
But yeah, it's just the little things like they're doing, and then like the main. I would say the main, but a huge issue is like gathering all the, and especially like exotics and like legendary weapons. When you went to the Cryptark or Cryptark.
Yeah, I think that's the name. Yeah.
And you would take a legendary weapon and you would break it down. You get like
Shit.
Spirit Bloom, or like you get. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So they changed that. So now, like, if you break down legendary stuff,
No
you get
crafting materials
legendary.
now.
Yeah, you get actual, like, you get stuff back. You're not gonna.
And what were you saying about Galahorn?
Chevy was saying something like
Or
that.
yeah.
Yeah, they came out and they said that it was not going to transition into year 2, which I'm sure is going to piss people off. But learn to use other weapons.
Yeah, well, let's say that like people are just like, oh, this is the best. I love this.
Farm
Like,
that weapon. People
yeah,
are, like, just waiting.
They
for
need
that.
the variety, man. Like I'm sick of hearing about Galahorn.
I hated it before when people were like, "You can't do this raid with me because you don't have Galahorn." I'm like, the game's not
Unbalanced.
designed to
That's
do that.
stupid. That
No
fucks
one's
the
building
game.
a game for
Did
one
the raid
weapon.
without Galahorn.
It makes
yeah,
it
exactly,
easier
but people
for
still,
you.
yeah, they want the easy
but
route. You're gonna get this fucking elitist. You're like, if you don't have this or you don't have this
Yeah.
piece of gear, you need to leave.
to use
I'm
an
like, it
old
takes the challenge
MMO
away.
term QQ somewhere else. So.
Yeah, exactly. No, altogether though, I feel like this is going to be the expansion that gets me back into Destiny potentially. I hope they do release something that will kind of like add all the expansions together into one package. Or you
I
just
would
buy it.
love to play.
They need
the
to
game,
balance
but
it.
Yeah,
I'm so
I loved it
skeptical.
when I did, but I got fucking bored.
We talked about it. It's like me and you are like huge like competitive MMO
Yep.
guys or MMO FPS guys.
Definitely.
Which I'm like that alone kept me pretty interested for a long time, which because I love that the multiplayer was so fucking good. I mean, it was just
Bungie
like
makes solid
the
shooters.
gameplay was
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, it was
Bungie
kind of
can't make
like
a bad shooter.
literally it was just like domination and team deathmatch, and
It
that was-
needed,
it needs more.
yeah, definitely.
And I think there's got to be. I mean, they added like the Trials of Osiris, which I
Yeah.
don't really know a whole lot about.
I don't either.
And they did basically like salvage or something like. Anyway, we talked about it a couple times before. It's like they need something to like for both worlds. It's one game, but they need something that's not like for the people that want the competitive gameplay of it and the people that just want the PvE. Like,
Yeah, I still think it's gonna be really hard, and like I said, I'd love for it to be awesome because like playing it wise, the game is so fun to play. But like
so
It's solid.
they
It plays
I
really well.
got this
gorgeous.
little Warframe needle stuck in here that's
Oh,
doing
dude.
it way better.
Yeah.
Fucking Warframe, man. If you haven't played Warframe, play it. It's free. You'll love it. Unless you're Cody.
Cody.
But yeah, altogether, I think it's really good. I think they're addressing a lot of things that should have been addressed. Obviously, people are self-entitled and want everything they want, but they're listening, it sounds like, and I think they'll be more successful if they do that. Overall, do you think that would pull you back in, potentially?
It's a big maybe.
Big maybe?
Big maybe.
You will
I would
probably...
have to see the. I think I don't know what the if they charge it because I haven't seen the price for what the
I
price.
think it's
is
supposed
for
to
it,
be $40.
which is pretty
supposed to be
reasonable.
double.
Standard expansion price on PC.
Well, they charged 20 for the last two small
Which have-
DLCs.
which were
Not
tiny.
done anything. I haven't bought
That's
any of those.
that's called Activision money.
I hope what they'll do is they'll do $40 for the expansion, $50 for all three. I don't think they'll do that, but if they did, I would buy it.
I thought they were doing a bundle.
If they do, I'm down. I just will not go back and spend. I'm not going to spend $80
No.
for that. I won't do it.
Well, no, people bitched about that. Which going back to Warframe again,
Uh-huh.
there was that bundle for Destiny, which included 3 shaders, and
Yeah.
Warframe was like, "Here's 3 emotes free." Or no, it wasn't shaders; it was emotes. 3 emotes,
Yeah.
but you had to buy them.
Because for some weird reason, Warframe and fucking Destiny compete, and I think it's because it's hub based, instance based shooters
Yeah.
that essentially is all about leveling up and getting better gear. Except for Warframe, it has way more to offer for free. Warframe is a great game. Fucking play it.
Thank
You'll
you,
love
DE. We love you.
Yeah, we love you. If you ever watch this, fucking, we love Warframe.
Go on Twitch and there's like 30 people streaming.
And I've been the second most highest fucking
That's true.
populated Twitch streamer with Warframe once. It was awesome. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. We talked about a lot of stuff, a lot more than we've ever talked about before in a Tasty Tuesday. But we got 3 people. We got a lot to say about it. But thank you for watching as always. My name's Seth.
I'm Cody.
I'm Chevy.
And come back tomorrow. We'll have something for you. I never know because I'm always trying to plan that as
It'll
we
be
go.
a video. It'll be fun.
But yeah, you'll enjoy it. If you enjoyed this, you'll enjoy that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.